It's about damn time. Ah yes, Dynasty Warriors 4. This actually is a euphoric game because this was a game that I've not only rented on multiple occasions, but also this is a game that I had for both systems, mind you. Not only the Xbox original, but the PS2. And let me assure you, a game so nice that I had to buy it twice, let me tell you, there's a lot of good things there and there's also a lot of bad things there too. Needless to say, when it comes down to Dynasty Warriors 4, there's one thing this game is known for. Dick-kickingly hard difficulty. And goddamn does this game has it. This game will pull no punches. This game will have you to either adapt or perish. Or both, depending on what stage you're in. But one thing is perfectly clear. Dynasty Warriors 4 is in fact one of the key games in the golden age of Dynasty Warriors. And it's a big testament of how things went sort of teeter-tottering between up and downhill and then went completely down by Dynasty Warriors 9. But in all honesty, we'll see how this game fares as we look at the cons and the pros of this game. So strap yourself in, ladies and gentlemen. Get yourself your horses and your orbs, and prepare yourself to fight Lu Bu once again as we review Dynasty Warriors 4 Extreme Legends. Let's go! The biggest problem with this game is, in fact, exclusivity. The Xbox Classic has not only shafted out of the yellow turbines, as well as the non-main campaign. They're also shafted out of Extreme mode and also Legends mode. Legends mode being home to the level 11 weapons and expert difficulty. Although Xbox didn't dodge a bullet because that means that's more grinding for the PS2 and PC you have to do that you're already doing, considering all the weapons have experience points to them. And that's the worst issue. You gotta get up to level 9 just so you can actually pursue the requirements for the level 10 and eventually the level 11 for your weapons. And never mind the fact that that's not the only thing you gotta grind. You also gotta grind up to max level, getting swords, shields, dim sum, and musou wine. Not only do you have weapon experience, but also level experience as well. And also orb experience too, where you have to take extra hits in order to power up your orbs. And then there's also RNG for the numbered items. Basically, items with levels, you gotta hope and pray you got a higher number than what you already have, because that's a lot of grinding you're gonna be doing. Specifically for that, and also to rank up your bodyguards. And then there's missions that are complete and utter BS, that have BS objectives. I'm not knocking on the game's difficulty, I'm knocking on some of these missions' objectives, like the one right here, which is also home to Liu Bei's level 10, Sun Jian's level 10, sorry, not Liu Bei's, my bad. Sun Jian's level 10 is difficult to get as it is, and you have to basically make sure that Dong Zhuo shows up, gets the Imperial Seal, and you have to kill him. Unfortunately, that's gonna be harder as hell to do, because the moment you walk up to that spot, you're spotted by every single member of Dong Zhuo's forces, and you have to fight them in duels, as well as Lu Bu. So yeah, missions like that is a pain in the ass. But enough about the cons. We can now move on to the pros, at least. Dynasty Warriors 4 is the first game to ever have an edit characters. And you're able to create what is available at this time, because you'll get more stuff later on as the series progresses. But this is the precursor. This is basically the start of bringing edit characters into the game. And more importantly, at least you don't have to go through an academy like you did in Samurai Warriors 1. And more importantly, at least the Xbox Classic version has edit characters too, unlike Dynasty Warriors 5 Xtreme Legends. Hey, we're not even done yet. At least they have swords, spears, and pikes available for both genders, but two gender exclusive weapons, the male getting the greatsword and the female getting the rapier. Basically speaking, you have different type of sword motions, different type of pike motions, and different type of spear motions, which will all be unlocked as you defeat certain move styles. And not just that, you also have objectives to get level 10 for these unique weapons as well. So bear that in mind when you are playing this game with an edit character. And I will start bringing on a big fight that I made. But anyway, as far as for bodyguards, yeah, you can actually change up what your bodyguards look like. You can actually change their name. You can actually change their officer type. Hell, you can even have them come in with swords, but their color is changed in the battle, basically. That's the gist. You gotta make them here first before you can change their color or change whatever. And meanwhile, speaking of changes, you now have orbs available in this game, as well as items that you can actually find either through RNG or get strong enough and actually find through the actual game. And there are more items to choose from. You just gotta meet some requirements. But as for the ones that don't have level, they may be tough, but at the exact same time, they are some of the most powerful items in the game, including the Art of True Musou, where you basically have True Musou Rage by the start from the phone. All you gotta do is charge your Musou. And speaking of which, charging Musou is a good thing. And like I said earlier, you got to upgrade your bodyguards in order for you to add them on to the bodyguards available to be played. Not to mention, you can change their weapon on the fly and change what their color looks like, or their color can be on the force that you are joining. So at least it would look cool. Look like you're coming in with your own squadron. But most importantly, they now have charge weapons. They now charge attacks. That's what I was going to say. They now have charge attacks, dashing attacks, and also they have aerial charge attacks. Something that is missing from 3. And by the way, you can also come into the stage with your own horse. And your horse does not disappear. It's still on stage. Oh, and one more thing. You don't have to worry about breaking open boxes to find interim saves. Interim saves are available in the game regardless of difficulty. Why didn't 3 do this? And why did it take them 2 games to pull this off? I don't know. But you don't have to worry about interim saves ever again. And yeah, this game is brutally difficult, but at least it's worth it once you beat it. It'll be the most satisfying thing. Trust me, I know. I have a playthrough of this on hard. So yeah, I can tell you. And now, it's on to the rating. However, before we go to the rating, I forgot to mention about challenge mode, which does make its return. Also, the 2-player modes do make their return, as well as this is the last game for 2-player duels. Now let's go to the rating. And with the pros and cons compiled, it is now time to rate this game. Dynasty Warriors 4 Xtreme Legends gets the rating of great. And there's a reason why it won't go any higher than that. Because despite everything new it's implemented, despite how more streamlined the versus mode is, and despite everything else, the grinding and exclusivity is the main thing that hurts this game, and the RNG too. But more specifically, the grinding and exclusivity. They could add something for Xbox, come on guys. And as for the grinding, yeah, that was some goddamn ridiculous shit. Having your orbs, your weapons, on top of getting Musou wine, dim sum, and swords, yeah, that's sort of ridiculous, on top of grinding bodyguards and yourself. So yeah, grinding's the biggest issue of this game, and that's the reason why it gets a grade. So with that said, ladies and gentlemen, thank you all for watching, and I will see you all in the next review. Take care.